You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple of different things. Number one, we got a former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver that has crushed Kenny Pickett into the dirt. By the way, and I'm not even putting this in the video, Mike Florio, holy shit, cremated Kenny Pickett. And I don't blame him. I nailed him the other day too for wanting out and not wanting to compete against Russell Wilson. I think it's a total cur dog move. It shows a lack of competitiveness. It shows entitledness, and I hate it. So we'll get to Nate Washington just raking Kenny Pickett over the coals, and he actually is blaming college football to a certain extent and in the new NIL transfer portal age. And I love college football. I love it. I hate that. I hate all of it. NIL, transfer portal. I believe it was one of the schools in Arizona literally has a general manager, like a free agency kind of department. And I'm like, this is college, folks. I just can't figure that out. And the other one I'm going to get to, and we're going to do this first. You guys know I'm a Niners fan. I've seen it going around. I know they are shopping Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk right now, and teams are calling. And the Steelers look like they may be emerging on Brandon Aiyuk. And I hate this. I absolutely hate it. And I'll say this as a Niners fan. This is one of my concerns. I think Kyle Shanahan's a very good offensive mind. But I do believe there's something about him that makes him think he can take and make a talented player out of anybody. And that's not necessarily the case, right? I don't know that that's going to be the case. I think he feels like he can plug in anybody. And I think it is, look, if I'm going to get rid of one of the two, I'm going to get rid of Deebo because Deebo's 2 years older. But we can go right over here to wide receivers, PFF. Deebo is 12. Brandon Aiyuk was the second best wide receiver in the NFL. By PFF standards. And I saw the Niners, I guess Jacksonville inquired on Aiyuk. The Niners answered by saying they wanted the 17th pick in the draft in the first round and Zay Jones. And I'm like, Zay Jones isn't very good. But Mike Williams is supposed to be visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, I don't know why the Patriots are not in on any of these receivers either. But Mike Williams is supposed to show up. However, there's been a bigger report. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Jerry DeLuke, during an appearance on Rich Eisen's show, said he expects the Steelers to make more moves as week 2 of free agency continues. This would already add to a blockbuster offseason highlighted by Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and Patrick Queen. Now, one of the things we talked about is the fact that, believe it or not, Art Rooney put Mike Tomlin on notice. He wants playoff victories, not making the playoffs any longer. And so Omar Khan, who has done a great job with the Steelers in personnel, they think he's about to make another big move, and it's going to be for a wide receiver. Deontay Johnson is a Panther. So they think there's somebody coming down the pipeline next, and it may not be Mike Williams. Quote, Art Rooney came out, the team president, after the season and basically said his patience is running thin and, quote, it's time to win some playoff games. They are not standing pat, and that was a directive pretty much to Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin. Don't be satisfied with 10-7. We need to do something, and they are doing something, and I don't think they're done. When Eisen suggested the next move is Mike Williams, DeLuke dropped a hint that it may be even a bigger move than that. Yeah, or bigger is all I will tell you. It might not even be Mike Williams. It might be a bigger catch. If DeLuke is referring to the free agent class, it may be harder to find someone who's a bigger name than Williams. Maybe they have their eyes on Michael Gallup or Odell Beckham Jr., or maybe DeLuke is referring to a trade. Well, I can tell you Michael Gallup or Odell, that's not a huge move, I don't think. Odell signed with the Ravens for $17 million last year. It didn't work out. Let's be real. I mean, Odell was not great. The team has already dealt Deontay Johnson and Kenny Pickett and wasted no time in trading for Fields. If the next deal is for a wide receiver, the biggest name they could reach for may be 49ers star Brandon Aiyuk, who's available for trade at the right price. According to Jacksonville Jaguars reporter Mia O'Brien, the 49ers wanted the Jags' 17th pick and wide receiver Zay Jones in exchange for Aiyuk. Steelers currently hold the 20th pick in the draft, and their only young wide receivers are George Pickens and Calvin Austin. I don't think he's going to trade either one of those guys. Okay, I think they want an Aiyuk to go in with Calvin Austin and George Pickens. You know what I will say, though, and it's kind of odd, is the fact that they're doing this in such a really, really deep wide receiver class. I mean, there figures to be 10 WR1s in this draft. I mean, guys that can legitimately be potentially a top 30 receiver. There may be 10 of those guys. And we know that wide receivers are hitting the ground running a lot quicker these days. So, although if you're in win now, you know what Brandon Aiyuk is. You know what Deebo Samuel is. So I'm putting Samuel out there because he's kind of been available for a couple of years now. And Bill Belichick almost traded for him. And judging by the way the offense has looked in New England, he probably should have done that. Things might have looked a lot different. So we all know Kenny Pickett got traded. And, he's taken a lot of fire. I think rightfully so. I mean, I've heard a couple of guys, somebody said, I don't know who it was, but if Kenny Pickett can't beat out Russell Wilson, then he's a career backup. I mean, if he didn't feel like he could honestly beat out Russell Wilson, then he's already in backup territory. We know he's backing up Jalen Hurts. But now it seems like, hey, you're just conceding the job. And I don't get that. I can't believe Kenny Pickett didn't have any more fire than that. Either way, he clearly expected Russell Wilson to start over him, prompting his request for a trade. Former Steelers wide receiver Nate Washington sees his response as a symptomatic of changes in college football's landscape. Responding to a video of an answer Pickett gave to Philadelphia reporters yesterday about why he preferred to leave the Steelers, by the way, he came out and said he didn't regret it. He thought he made the right decision leaving. Okay. Washington said, quote, transfer portal babies, shaking my damn head. Right here, right there. You can see that's Nate Washington answering that. The NC2A established the transfer portal in 2018. Pickett never used the portal, but he played in the portal era, and it goes on to talk about NIL rights, right? And we know that Nick Saban, that's pretty much you chase the goat of college football out of coaching over this crap. So anyway, the Steelers decided to trade Pickett, not so much because he forced them, but because he decided it was the right decision for the team. He decided that? Okay, that's interesting. So Nate Washington wasn't simply mocking or attacking Kenny Pickett. However, he believes Pickett made a decision he will struggle with to stand over time. Hello, Le'Veon Bell. That's interesting. Here we go. I want to know if he actually thinks he is going to start over Hurts. Laugh out loud. Laugh my ass off. He knows better and will regret the decision in the long run. Kenny, I want to leave. Omar, we already got the paperwork together. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. Here we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, finding out yeah, we already got the paperwork ready. You're gone. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get where Nate Washington's coming from. A little Morgan Freeman action right here. I believe that's going to be the Shawshank Redemption. It's my gut fit. Well, I'll be damned. Yeah, you're done. I don't understand Kenny Pickett's thinking on it. I really don't. Steelers, we're picking up Russ to compete for the starting job. A little Friday action right here. I mean, Nate Washington just destroyed Kenny Pickett. That's really good. That's a really good one. God, I love Friday. One of the best movies ever created. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I get Nate Washington's point. I told you guys, I liked Kenny Pickett. I did. Until that fiasco happened last year. And you know, he come out and denied that. And actually, I think his entire I want out of Pittsburgh because I don't want to compete with Russell Wilson thing. I mean, doesn't that basically confirm what we suspected about Pickett last year, backing up Mason Rudolph? Kenny Pickett looks terrible. And he doesn't have any overly jarring physical tools as a quarterback. He does not have a cannon. He is more mobile than people think, but, I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson, right? He's not Jalen Hurts, right? He doesn't have any one thing that he is just superior at as a quarterback athletically. So the thing that he got drafted on was, you know, poise and maturity and all that kind of the intangible stuff, and he has successfully torpedoed all of that. I mean, who cares now? Yes, God, Kenny Pickett's made Mac Jones look good. He's made the Mac Jones meltdown look not so damn bad anymore. That's kind of funny. Tell me what you think. Wow, Kenny Pickett. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.